Hey, hello everyone. It is time for my very late, almost belated Top 5 Wednesday. Let me adjust here. Top 5 Wednesday, of course, was created by Lainey at Ginger Reads Lainey. Today's topic is books you are thankful for, which is a great topic to talk about because obviously, when you love to read, there are books you are thankful for. Um, in my case, which I'm sure it might be for a lot of people, um, the reason I'm thankful for them is that because they got me reading other books of that genre, that I might not have or that I might have passed, that I might have passed up. So, at number 5, I have Speak. And I don't know, would you consider that like young adult contemporary, maybe? Because it's not fantasy. Sorry, my hair is like driving me crazy. It's not fantasy, it's not dystopia, stuff like that. Um, yeah, it's basically about a girl in an ordeal she goes through before high school. So yeah, I think it's contemporary or whatever. But it got me looking into books like I read Hate List and Push, um, The Fault in Our Stars, 13 Reasons Why. So that's like 4 books right there. And I might not have read them as soon as I did because I was more. Um, I just don't know if I would have been interested in something that just didn't have any like supernatural elements or whatever because I like a lot of short stories and mixed with little fantasy stuff like that. Um, so yeah. So at number 5 is Speak. At number 4, I have Sailor Moon. Now, Sailor Moon, of course, I saw the anime first when I was like in 4th grade. And then I found out it was a book. Well, it's books, it's manga, which is like basically Japanese styled graphic novels. And then that got me into other manga. It also got me into other anime too, but we're on books right now. Um, yeah, I've read some Vampire Knight, Chibi Vampire. What else have I read? Well, I read, of course, Sailor Moon, which I just mentioned, and Sailor V. I haven't read a ton, but I've gotten a little bit more into, yeah, more comic booky kind of things. Like, I got a Lenore comic book. I got a Simpsons one, but I love the Simpsons anyway, so I might not have looked into that kind of stuff if it wasn't for reading Sailor Moon, basically. At number 3 would be Harry Potter because Harry Potter not only, even though I haven't finished the series, it has not only affected, me wanting to read more fantasy, such as Coraline. Um, I was reading The Phantom Tollbooth. What else? Yeah, just of course I got Zombies versus Unicorns, which is a mix of things, but still unicorns. It not only affected that, but I think it affected the way I wrote because I wanted to write full-fledged, well-rounded characters with personality. I want to have a story that has, different characters, good plot, a history to it, tell an actual story. And I think Harry Potter is like one of those books that are really good to be inspired by, to take things from, especially when you're writing um, more young adult and children's literature. So, at number 2, I have The Giver. Now, The Giver was my doorway to dystopia, which I still have a crap ton to read, but, read all 3 of the Hunger Games trilogy. I read Unwind, Of course, there was the companion book to The Giver called Gathering Bloom. So I still have a lot more to read, but you know, that was like my gateway to dystopia. So, where are we at? We are at number one. Number one would actually have to be the Goosebumps books. Not one in particular, but, just the series itself. And I say that because that's what got me into reading. That was like my first reading love, and I was just like addicted to those things. And eventually I moved on to things like Harry Potter, then Unwind, and 13 Reasons Why, and The Hunger Games, and this and that. But, you know, if I had to go all the way back to the beginning, I'd say books on dinosaurs, but I think that would be every kid's, like, thing. Um, but yeah, I would definitely say Goosebumps played a big role, and that also inspired me as a kid to start writing my own stuff, which I did before, but I got more into it after that. So there is my top 5 Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Alright.